Okay, 8b. Use the derivative to find the equation of a tangent line at the given point. Okay, so we just talked about the equation of a tangent line. Do point slope. It's given you the x and y value. So I almost have the whole answer in about 4 seconds. But the calculus part is where we need the slope. Plugging in this x and this y into the derivative is what tells you the instantaneous rate of change at that point. So therefore, I better take the derivative of this. Over here, this looks like a product rule. Derivative of x would be 1 times sine of 2x left alone. Now, I'm not doing like a y prime here because I didn't actually take its derivative. I left it alone. Plus x left alone times the derivative of sine 2y. And the derivative of sine something is cosine something. There's an inside part, so chain rule. Derivative of 2y would be 2y prime. Do the same thing over here. Another product rule. So derivative of y with cosine 2x left alone. And then the derivative, or y left alone times the derivative of cosine 2x. Derivative of cosine something is negative sine something. 2x is the inside piece of this, so we need to multiply by the derivative of the inside too for chain rule. Okay, so over here, 2xy prime cosine 2y. Over here, y prime cosine 2x minus 2y sine 2x. Okay, isolate the y prime, so I'm going to move those to the left. You can move them to the right if you prefer. Add this over, or actually subtract it over. So that everything on the left side has a y prime, so I can factor it out and undo times with divide. So y prime looks like it would be negative sine of 2y minus 2y sine of 2x over 2x cosine 2y minus cosine 2x. And so again, the derivative, the whole point of all of this work is this is basically a formula that will tell me the slope at any instant of this equation. It's a weird equation, so it's going to have a weird derivative. Okay, but I really only care about this point. So now I'm going to plug that in. So y prime at pi over 4, pi over 2. See, if I plug in pi over 2 here, this would be negative sine of pi. But I times it by 2. I just did times 2 divided by 2, those cancel. Minus 2 times y, so 2 times pi over 2 would be pi, times the sine of 2x. So 2 times the pi over 4 would be pi over 2. 2 times x. 2 times pi over 4 would be pi over 2. Cosine of 2y, so multiply y by 2, that would be cosine of pi. And then cosine 2x, multiply x by 2, that's the cosine of pi over 2. Okay, and then it looks like we need to know the unit circle pretty well here because we're going to need to use it 4 different times. At pi sine is 0. At pi over 2, sine is 1. Sine is the y values on the unit circle. At pi, cosine is negative 1. Cosine is the x values on the unit circle. And at pi over 2, cosine is 0. So it's looking real bad, but because we got to plug in numbers here, looks a little bit better. I think I'd start to look at my answer here, but I suspect we're going to reduce these. This is 8b, so it should come out to just be 2. So obviously the negative divided by negative becomes positive. To take pi divided by pi over 2, you might think of these as fractions. Here's pi, divide by pi over 2. That's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So the pi's are going to cancel, and that's 2. So all that work to get an answer of 2. I did all that work. Surely that's the answer. That's not the answer. We did all of that to find out the slope was 2 at that instant. The rest of the answer I just had quickly. So I don't think you're going to make that mistake as multiple choice because the answer is going to look like this. But as an FRQ, you might quit when you get 2. It asks for the equation of the tangent line. So that was a good one. Anything specific on that?